Something that I was thinking about that is a really important skill to learn is when you need to shut your mouth. I live with my girlfriend now, right? And not that we have many arguments at all, but there will be times where we disagree over something like, should we go out tonight? Should we do whatever? You'll have moments where like I could say something right now that like I would be right technically, but it would be at the detriment of whether I have a good night or whether I metaphorically sleep on the couch, right? I've learned over the years that it's often better to, despite wanting to say something, to not say something at all. And I remember being, 16, 17, 18, and kind of having my like smart ass era where I just like always wanted to be correct, right? And I mean, everyone loves being right. It feels great to be right. But yeah, you might have the very brief dopamine spike of feeling like the smartest person in the room, but you're getting that at the cost of friendships, relationships, and maybe not to the point of losing a friend entirely, but I'm sure there's plenty of people where you have one bad argument because you wanted to be right and they wanted to be right and you couldn't see eye to eye, and as a result you stopped speaking to someone. That happens definitely. And I feel like the long-term play, meta, I guess you could say, is just to recognize when you need to just not say what's on your mind. Because not only will it maybe, add a chink in the armor to your relationship with someone, it also just might waste your time, right? Like, I was watching some shorts the other day, just, briefly scrolling, and I saw a basketball short. There was one comment that was like, LeBron's the best, right? Kobe has nothing on him, or some surface level argument like that. You click on it and there's like 200 replies, and I didn't obviously read all of them, but it's just people going back and forth arguing over the dumbest shit, and it's like, no, LeBron's better, no, Kobe's better. I just like, what are you guys doing, man? Like, can you guys just shut up and just move on with your day? Because these are just strangers, right? It's not like it matters in terms of like maintaining a friendship here, but it literally is just wasting your time because you're not changing anyone's mind. Your ego and pride might be getting the better of you. I mean, it's not that deep, like it is just a basketball argument on the internet, but I do think that it's kind of sad how some people feel the need to brawl with each other over the dumbest stuff, and we would all benefit a little bit from just learning to shut our mouths from time to time. And it's especially true with networking, I think, which I know is kind of a gross term, but like if you're around someone that you're trying to impress, or like me, a creator, if I'm trying to like email someone and like, hey, you want to do a collab, right? The worst thing you can do for yourself when you're around someone that you're trying to get to know better, and maybe you're a little bit envious of their position, is to just like spout out bullshit of like, this is how great I am, and talking yourself up when you need to just shut your mouth and listen to what they have to say. They're the ones with the valuable knowledge, and like me, I'm just a little minnow compared to some other massive creators. I want to learn from them, right? I don't want to be running my mouth and potentially turning them away from a good relationship. It's like that kid from the Polar Express, the kid with the glasses, and he's like, actually, and he's always like trying to be correct, right? And I just feel like everyone obviously hated that character. He was the most annoying little twerp. And it was a like caricature, it's an exaggeration, but lots of people go through their lives like that, and they just have to always be correct, and it's so damaging to your relationships. So, I'm not saying always be a pushover, be a doormat, because you do need to stand up for yourself sometimes, but just learn, which battle to choose, and it's not always worth trying to be right in every single situation.